This is Chris with Dive Zone Scuba for another technical diving tips, techniques, and trips video.
Hello divers, thanks for joining me today. If you've ever had a section of knotted bungee come undone, go ahead and subscribe, because what we're going to be talking about in this video is how to prevent that from happening. In the last video, we talked about the current state of bungee retainers that we're using with the latest fitting on the end to secure the bungee. What we're going to do in this video today is talk about some applications for different types of bungee retainers. So almost everybody who has a harness with 2-inch webbing secures their BCD inflator hose with knotted bungee. You can use a bungee retainer for the same application by simply stretching it over the inflator and positioning it down here. And one thing that you can be assured of is that the bungee retainer fitting is not going to come undone. So we have this issue with our class gear, our instructional gear. We have many sets of those. We use plates and wings with harnesses, and these knots are coming done all the time, and they go off into outer space at that point. So this year what we're going to do is we're going to retrofit all the plate and harnesses, plate, wings, and harnesses with the bungee retainer. All right, so that's one application that we're going to be using the bungee retainers for this year. Another common application for bungee retainers is securing a bolt snap to the long hose. Now, what some people do is they use finger spool line, sometimes I think called cave line, for this purpose. But what we're going to do here is we're going to use a bungee retainer. So for this application, the thinner bungee is actually better, and there's a couple of different ways that you can do this when you're attaching it to your long hose. One way is to put the bungee retainer through the bail on the bottom of the bolt snap, or what you can also do is you could just bungee them together at the same time. Okay, so I prefer that method, so that's what we're going to do here. All right, so just grab the bungee, put it around there, make sure the bungee's together. Okay, this provides a very secure fit, and because it has some tension on it, it does not slide down much. Okay, so another common application that you could use the bungee retainer for, in case of in contrast to something else like finger spool line. Another application that we have here is an octo. So with an octo, you can actually do a couple of things how you can secure it to your harness. The common way that we have been doing it in the past is with a silicone retainer, and the way this works is that it goes around a D-ring, you pull it tight, and then the square part here is stretched over the mouthpiece. Okay, so when you use it, you just pull it out. All right, so the only issue with this is durability. We are, over the course of a season, replacing these all the time. They break from this part here, and they're no longer usable. Sometimes they break here and they disappear. So that's another issue that that we occasionally have. All right, so what we're going to do is talk about another application using it, using the retainer. Okay, so let's use this one. Okay, so this is a 6-inch bungee retainer, and you can do this two different ways. One way is, this is one of the old ones. We definitely don't want to use that. Let's see, let's use this one here. Okay, one way you can do this is feed it through and stretch it, and then what you do is you take your octo and you do the same thing, stretch it over the mouthpiece, and then it secures the alternate air source to your D-ring. Now, there is one small possibility if you do it this way. If this is not holding the octo, it is theoretically possible that this thing could come undone. So if you're concerned about that, what you can do is you can take a regular wire tie, put it through like that, and then cut it off. Okay, now this will pretty much never come undone, and we can do the same thing. Stretch this over the alternate air source, and we're back in business. Okay, so that's going to be more durable, much more durable to use a bungee retainer than the silicone holder. So we expect that to last. Much longer. So another application that we're using the bungee retainers for is, in this case, this is a decompression regulator. And I talked about this in one of the earlier videos, how you can actually use this with the bungee coming through these slots here or through holes. And you can take it and stretch it around the decompression hose and then put the bungee over top of it. And so the decompression hose goes through there. And so what this does is it keeps the second stage up against the decompression tank. So there's an entire video on this. If you haven't seen it, you might want to go view that. But this is another application of the bungee retainer. And someone made a comment in one of the platforms that if you had this in your mouth and this thing was obviously not holding onto the hose, that this would become an entanglement hazard. Okay, so one of the reasons for doing it here was so that it doesn't get in your mouth when you're trying to use this. And I don't think this is going to really become an entanglement hazard, but in case you're worried about that, while you're getting ready to put this in your mouth, or while it's in your mouth, you could just put it over the top of the faceplate there, and now you positively can't get that entangled in anything. And then when you're ready to secure it again onto the hose, onto the decompression tank, then again you just pull it around like that, and then either put the bungee around the mouthpiece like that, or if you want it to be more secure, you can put it around the little nubs on the wire ties. If anybody knows what the name of that little part there is, let me know, because I keep calling it a nub. All right, so that's another use. That's another use for this. So the final use for this, and I'm running out of bungee retainer, so I'm going to cut this thing off and reuse this. Final use for bungee retainers is for holding different accessories. Okay, so I have a section of webbing here for demonstration purposes, and I have a light. And so what you can do here is you can use the bungee retainer to help secure whatever accessories you have. So in this case, I might want to use a couple of them. Okay, so I could have one here, and then I could have another one here. Here's another new style one. Okay, I could put this one around here too. And if I wanted to make it a little bit tighter, I could do that as well, make it smaller to be able to hold it in place. But I don't think this one's going to go. It's going to go too far. Okay, so those are some ways that we are currently using and are going to use the bungee retainers for the 2025 season. Hopefully this gives you some thoughts about how you can make your diving life a little bit easier and not have to worry about tying cave line or having to worry about bungee knots undoing themselves. Okay, so this is Chris with Dive Zone Scuba. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.